Hey, class of 2022, and also class of 2022 families. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Laster. I'm the Director of College Placement, and I run our college program. Today will be the first of many discussion series. We traditionally will have these in person in the auditorium, but obviously it's a little different of a climate. So now we are having them in a video series. And during this video series, about monthly, I will send out videos and notes and a lot of different resources so you guys can keep up with the college process. So today we're kicking it off. Tomorrow night we will be having our official kickoff, which includes parents. So that's the first time where we all get together to talk about how the process will go, what roles everyone will have, what the fall will be like, what the culture of our program is, and why you'll be successful within it. So in the notes that I have that you're looking at, I want to go through a few things. The first is our mission as a program. I think that's very important to have a mission so you understand what we as a staff, as the college placement program, are trying to accomplish for you as a student and also for heavily invested families that want to see their students successful in the college process. So I'm going to read our mission. The Prep College Placement Office provides our families with comprehensive, attentive, and thoughtful college advisement. Our college counselors build both trusting and supportive relationships with our students while also encouraging them to take the reins of their future. We inspire our students to become self-advocates while building self-confidence along the way. Our mission is to assist students with finding colleges and universities that match the breadth of their educational and social needs, where they'll be happy and maximize their potential. There are a couple buzzwords that I want you all to understand. The first is we try to develop the whole student here at the prep, and the college program is an integral part of that as well. We want students to gain confidence in this process. I've said it before and I'll say it again. All of you who are watching this as students, you will own this process, you will run this process, and you will succeed with this process as long as you leverage resources and you stay with it. Okay? The other thing is self-advocacy. So again, with confidence, you'll be doing things that are new to you, things that you've never done. You might communicate with some people that you've never communicated with before, all right? And we will coach you along the way. And the other thing that's most important is our program's predicated on fit. We want students to go to places where they're going to be happy and successful, okay? So I'm going to go through a couple things, and we're going to break this out into fall programming, resources, and then also a couple other things outside of that. So for the fall programming, last week we started our virtual college visit series. So we offer anywhere between 100 to 130 schools annually to visit our campus. Of course, this year we can't have traditional visits, but we've created a brand new schedule that's virtual. And as juniors, juniors and seniors are able to attend these visits. They are listed, in Naviance. Students can go to as many as they would like. They traditionally are 30 to 45 minutes. These are about the best that we can do while visitation is difficult for our students. It's hard to get to college campuses. So a lot of what we'll be talking about now and into the fall is about list building and building preferences, starting to develop a criteria, and then us, in tandem helping you connect the dots between what you want and what colleges meet what you want. So the college visits, you can register in Naviance. If you do not have a Naviance login or you don't remember it, your school counselor can help you. Myself or Mr. Filato can help you, and we'll get you all set up. Okay. For the discussion series, I talked about this being our first one, and I put your journey begins. All right. So we will have this one, and pretty much monthly we will have something, a new discussion series on a new part of this. So we will have one next that is on search and resources. Then we will have one that is on different types of programs that you can get involved in. We'll have one on essay writing. We will have one, rolling into the spring on spring college planning items, summer college planning items, and it goes into senior year where I just had one with the students about forms and processes about sending things. So whatever questions you ask, we're definitely going to address them along the timeline. The next event that we have is tomorrow night, which is the college planning kickoff. And as I said, that will pretty much go through different roles, assigning different roles. The kickoff is at 6:30. I will send a Zoom link out to families so you can come on live. It will be recorded as well, so families can access it. Pretty much everything that we're doing this year in the program will be recorded. Okay, we understand that people have very packed schedules that have been turned upside down. We're going to meet everybody where they are. The financial aid night is on October 23rd. We invite both juniors and seniors. Now you're probably thinking like, well, my kid's a junior. We haven't even applied anywhere. How could we be thinking about that? But recently, over the past 4 or 5 years, the calendar for financial aid moved backward, where you could apply pretty much in October of senior year, which is pretty early. So I've opened that event up to both juniors and seniors, and it covers not just financial aid forms, but it also talks about things like merit scholarship, and it gives you a working jargon on those topics. So as you start to visit schools, things start to make more sense about what schools are saying to you, what forms they require, and what their processes are for scholarship opportunities. A bonus, I do not know quite yet, just of yet, but I will be adding some type of event in the late fall. I'm not sure just what I'll do, but it will take place of what was formerly the college representatives night, where we would have a lot of students be able to pick up information. But I will figure that out. I'll make sure that it's something that's helpful and relevant for junior families. So how's this going to work? Where's this process going to go? We are, first thing, we will go through the fall. It'll be a lot of general programs. It'll be getting your feet wet. We'll be talking about a lot of different topics along the timeline, about search and more of the fun things of building your list and all the things that assist you with that. Then, once we get to late December, going into holiday break, you will be assigned a college counselor. At that point, you will be prompted to have your introductory meeting right after we get back from winter break. I can't say this enough, and I've put it in the notes as well. I highly recommend that you have your meeting as soon as possible in the early winter months. We want this process to be a nice, slow, calm, and exciting jog. We don't want it to be a dead sprint that happens at the back end of the summer into the fall. That's not great for any family. So when you get your notification of who your college counselor is, at that point, you can schedule an appointment. We have myself, Mr. Filato, Mr. Barnett, Mr. McKenna, Mr. Vitale, and Mr. Scheich. Okay, for those that will be with myself and Mr. Filato, we're in the college placement office. For those that are school counselors, they're in the school counseling office. However, pretty much our caseloads are very low. So it allows for pretty much handling everything. All right. The culture of our program is simple, and I say this in every introductory meeting I have. We can handle every single piece of this process. Part of the reason that you sent your boys to the prep is so you could have everything. Okay. So if you ask us for everything, you'll get everything. All right. So leverage us on every piece of this. Okay. So once you get your college counselor, you'll start your introductory meeting and you are off and running. After that, you might have a meeting a month from then. You might have a meeting 2 months from then. The ball will always be in your court, but you'll be able to have a nice, slow process where you go through. The quicker you have your meeting, the quicker you can get a sense of where you are as a student, where you should be looking. You'll also understand what it means to have a balanced list, how many schools in which categories. And we will certainly give you general information in the discussion series about how you should be building it. But once you get inside of your meetings, it gets very customized and individualized based on the student. Naviance is, as I said before, a program where you can sign up for college visits, but it's also a place where you can do search. What Naviance does in scatter plots and other things is it houses all information about the success rates of our prep students, just prep students at certain schools. Okay, so you'll hear a lot of admissions representatives say you're looked at in the context of your school. So really, it doesn't matter about who was admitted to where at a different high school. That has no relevance. It's really what we're talking about is how our students are looked at and how they fare through Seton Hall Prep. That is all that should matter to you as a student and as a parent. Okay. Any other comparison is apples to oranges. Doesn't mean anything. Okay. I can tell you just from years of being on the admission side, every school, you're only looking at the student in the context of their school. That's really it. So in Naviance, you'll be able to get a sense of that. You could start to build a colleges of interest list. It has a really good search filter. The main thing I also want to tell you about Naviance, it has its limitations. All right, so it is not gospel. I'll have students sometimes that'll say, "Well, Naviance said I would be." No, it's not like that. Naviance is a good benchmarking tool. It'll let you know where you're in the ballpark, where you're not in the ballpark, where you're kind of teetering, things like that. Okay, so really take it with a grain of salt. It's a good benchmark. It's a good system to figure out, should we get in the car? Should we not get in the car and go? Among other things. And it's good for bucketing schools. But the most important information on admissibility will come from your college counselor. This is what we're doing day in and day out. We're seeing it year in and year out. Okay, so we have a very good sense of that. In response to students not being able to visit a lot of college campuses, and knock on wood, I hope that it opens up soon, we've developed the Hazards at Forward College Connection. So as of right now, there's over 100 students that are in this program. It's all recent alumni and students that either they're currently attending college or they just recently graduated. So you might be in a situation where you're a student and you say, I kind of want to know what, what about Siena College, or I might want to know about Stanford, or I might want to know, about Holy Cross. And we might have students that are recent, prep alumni, and it's comfortable, and students can have conversations with them and get the sense of, how the school was for them, what was it like. So you kind of get underneath the website and underneath the college reps. So will we have every school represented? No, but at least it's something outside of that where it's another resource for our students to hopefully get closer, bridge the gap, at a time where it is difficult to visit campuses. I've told families right now it's hard for students because, it's almost like asking them to buy a house without stepping foot in it. So a good thing for you, you have a long time before that, but that's really how it goes. So I am going to stop there. All right. So I hope to see everybody in the event tomorrow night. If not, it will be taped. I will constantly be communicating through the portal with both parents and students on everything that we do, and any program that we have, I will tape it, send it out. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to come down and chat with me. And we are looking forward to a terrific process with 2022. My best advice: just stay calm, take it in steps, leverage all the resources that the prep has, and just like all students in classes before you, you will all be fine. All right. Thanks so much and take care.